Hello, my dears, and good afternoon. In the previous lesson, for building electrical circuits, we explained insulators and conductors, and we explained some materials that are important for creating a cable or for producing a cable in order for the electrical currents to pass through them. We also mentioned some points regarding electrical current. Now, I would like you all to write down what do we mean by conductors and what do we mean by insulators. Please write these down, the answers down on your notebook that you have in front of you. In this lesson, we're going to explain the right materials that are needed for transferring or for the electrical circuits to pass through them in order to reach our houses, in order for us to be safe actually. So therefore we will start with providing our objectives for today. We're going to choose our conductors and to see which material, which type of metal is the best to be chosen as our conductors, and we're going to explain using metals and plastics in electrical circuits. Why do we concentrate on these two materials? We will explain these in detail. So, which materials are good conductors? Electric tools like drills have to have some parts that let electricity flow through them and other parts that do not. As you can see, we have a drill in front of you. These are electric drills. In here we have some parts that are made of plastic, and we also have some parts that are made of metal. Okay, so the reason behind this is because, for instance, we have a cable that's covered in plastic, but inside maybe we have a copper, we have aluminium, we have different types of metal in order to transfer electricity, in order to reach the drill itself. And within the drill we also have some parts, as you can see in the front sides and in the middle we have metal, while the other parts of the drill is made of plastic. So therefore it's very important for our machines or for our tools, for our instruments that we use, which actually electrical circuits or electrical currents are the source of its power, to be combinations of plastic and let's say any other type of metal, because we need to be safe and we need to have electricity at the same time. We need to have the energy or the force to do our job. Just for your information, the first handheld electric drills were invented in 1895. We now have portable. Portable means cordless, that there's no wire with it. Drills that we use for in our daily life, and instead of using electricity, they use batteries, so they are rechargeable, we call them. Now we have some other conductors that are not mainly metal. They are what? Either they are water, okay, or they are graphite. So graphite is used in creation or in production of pencils. As you can see in the picture in your left hand, this is graphite, and it's used in the production of the pencils. We also have seawater or tap water, that they actually let electrical circuits or currents to go through them. That's why you must never spill water near an electrical socket, as it can conduct electricity into you, which means you'll be facing electrical shock. So we know that we have different types of metals. Of course, when we have different types, we must understand that some of the metals transfer or let electrical currents to go through them easily, but it has different levels. Some metals let electrical current go through them very easily, while some others don't. And in order to test that, we need to use them. Unfortunately, we're not in the classroom to use it, but when we get to classroom we will do an experiment regarding this. We have copper, we have steel, we have bronze, brass, aluminium, and these types of metals will help like, let's say they are conductors, but their level are different. The unit used to measure current is ampere. So ampere, it has a symbol which is, you can see, is A, like A, alphabet, first alphabet of English language, and it's the symbol of ampere or ampere. Scientists use piece of equipment to measure the current in a circuit. It's called by a meter. So a meter is a piece of equipment used to measure the current in a circuit. The stronger the current is, the higher the number of amperes or amps shown on the ammeter. So when you test it, if you have a bulb, the light in the bulb or the brightness of the bulb will change according to the metal or according to the conductor that you're using. If it's brighter, the conductor, or letting electrical circuit in the conductor to pass is actually stronger or is better to be used in that process. If it's like if the brightness is less, then that type of metal is less conductive, which means it does not let electrical current to pass through it very easily. So therefore we have copper, steel, gold, silver and iron are of the best electrical conductors. We have other types of metals, but these are the most acceptable or preferable ones in order to be used as conductors for electrical circuits. I'll be providing a video who's a man in a metal market explaining which one is best to be used for that purpose, or which is which of the metals conductivity is stronger. The reason behind using plastic and metal together, the combination of both of them in the electrical circuit, we explained that previously. As you can see in here, we have a plug in here. It's made of fuse. Okay, we have wires in here. We have a cable which is written as outer insulation, which means if you touch it there won't be electrical circuit shocking you. We have a cable grip to grip the cable, which is stabilizing the cable when it enters the plug. And also we have different types of wires that each one of them has a name, but we don't need the names for now. Just to let you know, we have different mains and we have different plugs. Not all the plugs are the same, but they do the same job, which is actually making an appliance to work at our home. In order to make them work, we have to put the plug into the main so that for the electrical circuit to go through it and make the appliance to work. Okay, so in order to understand which metal is better, we need to analyze the properties of that very, not prosperity, sorry, properties. It's written prosperity, it's property. The properties of that type of metal in order to be used as a wire for electrical current to pass through them. We need to know about the property of that very particular matter that we are using to send electrical currents. Copper is usually used in the wires in your classroom and at home, and in electrical sockets. This is because copper is a good conductor and it's not as expensive as some other metals, such as gold. It also lasts a long time. Metals used to make wires must have other properties, so we said that properties of the matter is very important in order to be used, because some of them cannot stretch enough, okay, some of them cannot be pulled enough, or actually some of them are very expensive. So the problem is not only with the conductivity, but it also is with other properties like stretching, pulling, or the cost of the material. As you can see in the table in front of you, we have gold, copper, mercury, graphite, and aluminium. We have conductivity, how they are actually sending electrical currents to the source or to the place that we want it to be from the source. For instance, we have gold. That's a very good conductor. It's very easy to be stretched or to be pulled, but the problem is it's very expensive. That's why we don't use gold for that purpose. We have copper. That's excellent conductivity, and it can be pulled very easily, and it's very cheap. Okay, therefore most of the wires, the metal inside them are made of copper. Okay, but for instance, we have mercury in here. Mercury cannot be stretched. It's a good conductor, but it cannot be stretched, and it also is very expensive. Therefore, we don't use mercury. Aluminium is a very good metal, and it can be stretched very easily, and it's cheap. That's why aluminium is the best metal for overhead cables. If you are wondering what overhead cable is, this is a type of cable that's used in order to send electrical current from the source of the power, the source of the electricity to our houses. As you can see in these pictures, the aluminium is used in order to send electrical or electricity from the source of power to the cities, or to the houses, to the classrooms, to whenever it is. So cables are made of aluminium. This is because it's cheaper than other metals, although it's not cheaper than copper, but it can be stretched very well. It's also strong when it's made into wires. The aluminium cables carry more than 765,000 volts of electricity. Therefore, we don't use copper, we use aluminium. They are very strong, they can stretch very well, and they can endure different seasons, because we know that during winter and summer the stretching or the pulling of matters will be changed, especially of plastic and metals actually. Therefore, the property of aluminium is the best one to be used in order to transfer electricity to our houses. Therefore, aluminium is used in the overhead cables, which send electricity from the power source to the cities, to the houses, to the schools, to everywhere actually. Although it's more expensive than copper, but still it is used. So the reason behind it is because of its endurance. So it endures different climates, it's stretched better, and the voltage that it sends is much more better, or much more than of batteries or of copper at the same time. Therefore, aluminium is used for that purpose. Thank you very much for attending this lesson. I will be sending, or I will be actually solving some checkpoint questions with you regarding this topic in the upcoming lessons. Thank you very much, and have a very good day. Bye bye.